The WNBA All-Star Draft was fun between Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier, the team captains, picking the players, picking the rosters. But the most interesting aspect was the coach swap, because Clark traded Cheryl Reeve, who was the coach of her team, or was to be the coach of her team, to Collier for Sandy Brondello, the coach of the New York Liberty.
Oh, the sweet taste of justice. The WNBA All-Star Game has got a whole lot spicier. And let me tell you, Caitlin Clark isn't playing around anymore. While everyone was focused on the draft picks and roster construction, Clark pulled off the power move of the century. She brutally traded Cheryl Reeve right out of her coaching position. And boy, did she do it with style.
Caitlin Clark just made the funniest All-Star selections ever. She just picked her friends. She picked her friends. She made sure she picked no ops, as people like to call them. She made sure there were no ops on her team. If she's played with a player before, like Sonia Citron, she picked her. Gabby Williams. She picked nobody that tweeted a negative thing about her. She's picked nobody that has said a negative thing about her in the media. She picked none of her rivals.
This wasn't just any ordinary trade. Folks, this was Caitlin Clark saying, "I'm done with your negativity, Cheryl, and I'm taking control of my destiny." After everything Reeve put her through, the Olympic snub, the passive-aggressive tweets, the constant undermining, Clark finally had the chance to show Reeve exactly what she thinks of her coaching abilities.
Yo, this is the first time I've ever seen this, man. The first time out of all the times I've seen where two star players are picking up players. They ask for a trade, or the median person asked for a trade, and they're talking about trading the coach.
Let's be real here. This trade was personal. Clark knew exactly what she was doing when she looked straight at Nafisa Collier during that live ESPN broadcast and said, "I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care, but we already discussed we are going to trade coaches." The confidence, the audacity, the absolute boss energy radiating from that moment was everything Clark fans have been waiting for.
With you here, Caitlin, you said you might be aggressive on the trade market once this opened up. Is there any player that you're looking to get to? And remember, it has to be apples to apples trade here. Starter for starter, reserve for reserve. The good news is you can't go wrong with this type of talent. Anyone looking to make a deal here?
To be completely honest, I love my team. I think they're great. I don't have any intentions of really trading any of them. I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. Fee's going to take her coach, Sandy Brondello.
Cheryl Reeve thought she could coast through this all-star game, probably expecting Clark to just accept her as coach and move on like nothing happened. Wrong. Clark doesn't forget, and she certainly doesn't forgive coaches who spend their time trying to tear down the league's biggest star instead of supporting her.
Clark was supposed to be coached by Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve. Nafisa Collier was supposed to be coached by New York Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello. They swapped coaches. Cheryl Reeve, dodged the bullet. Thank God I don't need to coach Caitlin Clark, man. Man, I can't deal with that. I would have had to swallow so much pride. I can't do that. Fee, she probably called in the Fee, talk to Caitlin, please. I can't coach her. I can't do it. This book's about to come out. You know what they're going to be saying if I'm coaching Caitlin Clark and the book's out? Oh, God. Fee, please.
The history between these two is absolutely toxic, and Clark finally had enough. Remember when Reeve was out there tweeting number 12 team's hashtag, "Do was more than one player"? While Clark was breaking every record in the book, or when she conveniently couldn't comment on Clark's Olympic snub, while she was literally the Team USA coach, Reeve spent months positioning herself as Clark's biggest hater, always finding ways to diminish her accomplishments and redirect attention away from her historic impact.
Of course, Reeve is Collier's head coach for the Minnesota Lynx, so that makes sense. But the drama is going to come from Reeve having previously been critical on social media about the amount of attention Clark received relative to the rest of the league, not to mention being the coach of Team USA that Caitlin Clark was so famously snubbed from.
Brondello's like, oh yeah, this is good. So wait, Caitlin Clark had Chrissy Sides, who never let her Okay. Now she's got Stephanie White, who wants to do off ball. Oh, okay. And now Sadie Bardell's like, wait, I could show Kayla what she's been missing this whole entire. I can set up an offense like, here comes recruitment year of 2028. Caitlin Clark actually has a complete roster to start her team. She's got Caitlin Clark at the 1, Sabrina Ionescu at the 2, Satu Sabali at the 3. She must have heard the chatter in the offseason of fans saying, let's get Satu Sabali. I'm just saying, she might have heard a thing or two. We got AB at the 4 and Asia Wilson at the 5. Starters for starters, this should be a victory. I know it's the All-Star game, but
If you're enjoying, please subscribe. But here's the thing about champions. They have long memories. Clark remembered every single slight, every passive-aggressive comment, every time Reeve tried to make her feel small. And when she finally got the power to do something about it, she didn't hesitate for a second. The trade itself was surgical. Clark swapped Reeve for Sandy Brondello, the New York Liberty coach who just led her team to back-to-back finals appearances. Talk about an upgrade from a coach who spent her time criticizing Clark on social media to a championship-caliber coach who actually knows how to win when it matters most. Brondello's reaction was perfect, too. Her teenage son texted her, "Mom, you got traded," and she thought the whole scene was fun. That's the kind of positive energy Clark wants around her team. No drama, no negativity, just pure basketball excellence and championship mentality. It's like, oh, yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. So, wait. Caleb Clark had Chrissy Sides, who never let her. Okay, now, she's got Stephanie White, who wants to do off-ball. 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 Okay, and now Sati Bardell's like, wait, I can show Kayla what she's been missing this whole entire. I can set up an offense like, here comes recruitment year 2028. Meanwhile, Reeve had to sit there and watch as Clark essentially fired her on live television. The woman who thought she could control the narrative around Clark's career just got schooled by the very players she tried to undermine. You could practically see the steam coming out her ears as she realized she'd been outmaneuvered by someone half her age. But let's talk about Clark's stacked roster, because this girl didn't just get rid of a toxic coach. She built herself a championship team. Look at this lineup. Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Sada Sabali, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Gabby Williams, Jackie Young, and more. This isn't just an all-star team. This is a super team designed to dominate. Kane Clark actually has a complete roster to start her team. She's got Kane Clark at the 1, Sabrina Ionescu at the 2, Sada Sabali at the 3. She must have heard the chatter in the offseason fans saying, let's get Sada Sabali. I'm just saying. She might have heard a thing or two. We got AB at the 4, and Asia Wilson at the F starters for starters. This should be a victory. I know it's the All-Star game, but Clark made sure to secure her Indiana Fever teammates first, showing that loyalty runs both ways in her world. She picked Aaliyah Boston with the first overall pick, a statement that said, I take care of the people who take care of me. Then she grabbed Kelsey Mitchell as her first reserve pick, ensuring that the Fever's dynamic backcourt will be intact for the All-Star showcase. The strategy was brilliant. Clark surrounded herself with proven winners and elite talent at every position. A Wilson brings that 3-time MVP experience and championship pedigree. Sabrina Ionescu adds elite three-point shooting and clutch gene DNA. Sata Sabali provides versatility and international experience. This team is built to win, not just participate. And the best part, Clark didn't just randomly assemble talent. She created a team with chemistry, balance, and the kind of competitive fire that wins championships. These aren't just individual stars. They're players who know how to play together and elevate each other's games. Between the players was a lot of fun. And Caitlin Clark also wound up with all the Fever members on her squad as well, meaning Aaliyah Boston, Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell will be a trio in Indianapolis for All-Star. So that's the way it went down. Here are the teams. You can see Caitlin Clark celebrating what she was able to accomplish here. That's her squad. Clark, Boston, Ionescu, Wilson, Sabali, Mitchell, Gabby Williams. I love Gabby Williams. What a player. Sonia Citron, Kiki, Irian, Jackie Young, Thornton, Kayla Thornton from the Valkyries. So Clark should have a very fast team there. You know what's really telling about this whole situation? The fan reaction.